economic disaster for our country, which is already spending $300 billion a year on helping obese people with their health problems.
What's interesting about this too is you can take it from both perspectives. You can go either route. You can either pause and you can get very clear on your goals, your personal mission, and reverse engineer it that way. And that's a great strategy if you're already healthy. But if you're not healthy, you don't have the biological energy to do that. So it's going to be just too difficult for a lot of people. And I think that's where we can segue on to the world of shopping properly, because once you start getting the right fuels in your body, it might take a little bit of getting used to, but then you start getting a energetic surplus. And with an energetic surplus, your brain works better, your muscles work better, your thinking is clearer, it's crisper, everything just improves. And from there, you can actually get very clear on how would I go about implementing these changes. So you wrote the Anti-Factory Farm Shopping Guide, and let's dive into some of those findings, because I know that can seem like it's below the surface. It's like, or it's above the surface. It's not as important to cover as some of these other things, but it's also a great entry point for a lot of people who are aware that they need to make changes and don't really know how.
Yeah. And it's important to, everyone is different. So you got to meet the problem at the level of the problem, So changing your diet is one of the easiest things you can change, because you got to eat food anyways every day. Might as well be the right food. And trust me, you could eat, having just a whole food diet, even if it's not organic, is fine. In most cases, it's a great step in the right direction. And it's so inexpensive compared to eating out. Your typical meal when you eat out is going to be about 300% more expensive than that equivalent meal for when you cook it at home. And if you get the system set up, and I can cover what those systems are, it takes like 5 minutes for me to cook 3,000 calories a day, And most people aren't even, they are eating 3,000 calories a day, but via processed food or fast food. But most people aren't going to eat 3,000 calories via like steak and vegetables. You know what I mean? That's going to be a gargantuous amount of food for most people.
I want to know that system too, personally. How do you set it up so that you only spend 5 minutes a day cooking for 3,000 calories or so?